Welcome back to Spitball Cinema.
And he wonders why we make fun of him
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah, we gotta talk about
Because
this.
he,
All right,
because he does this.
I'm
every
getting a
time.
lot of comments saying that my openings are good. I'm sorry, they're great.
We've got like 3 people listening. What do you mean? Who's people?
Is it your mommy? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Dang.
Well, that would be a Halloween episode. You fuck.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
You know,
Wow,
my
what an
dad.
asshole.
Oh my god.
You know, my dad died when I was 20. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh my god. I forgot. I forgot.
Wow.
Oh.
See what you're getting in store.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Well, since both our moms are dead, let's talk zombies. Yeah, there you go.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. All right, so.
Well, but I mean, seriously, zombies. That's a big Halloween trope.
All right, well,
And if
let's
you go all the way
let's
back-
get some stuff out of the way. We're going to
oh.
talk about more Halloween movies.
That's true.
We can start off with the franchises. We got Friday the 13th
Mm-hmm.
movies. We got Nightmare on Elm Streets. We got the Hellraisers. We got
Halloween.
Saw. We definitely got the Halloweens. Anything else you guys could think of?
I like zombies.
Well,
we
we got
can-
Dawn of the Dead.
All right,
the
let's
Zimmer-
start talking about the damn zombies because
Yeah.
you won't leave it alone.
I won't, because that's a good one. Dawn of the Dead. I mean, they came out with the 4K restoration,
Oh, really
which
good.
is stunningly good.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was just a groundbreaking film in and of itself.
Yeah.
Even socially, where you had the main character, where there's a black main character, carried through the whole movie. It was just great, but it was tense, and it has the classic slow-moving zombie.
Yeah.
I don't like the fast zombies. The
Yeah.
Giddy the Willies.
I think the slow ones are just as scary as the fast ones, but
Yeah.
I prefer the slow ones though.
I do, because the scary part of a zombie is the getting surrounded. It's like
Yeah.
it's just like when there's so many of them. It's like this big mass that just
You prefer it slow rather than fast.
Oh yeah.
Is that
Yeah. Well, I mean, then you got to go on the flip side. Zack Snyder's version of Dawn of the Dead. Did you ever see that, Scott?
No, I'm not a real big zombie guy. I mean, the only really.
Did you ever watch The Walking Dead?
Yeah, that's
All
the
right, then
only
you're a
one-
fucking zombie guy.
Once you
Sorry
shut
for my
up
language.
For 5 minutes again, you interrupt when I'm talking.
Your 5 minutes are like 20 minutes.
it just feels like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I've watched them, but I'm not real big on. That one with Brad Pitt. What was that? World War Z.
Oh, World War Z.
yeah.
That wasn't
Yeah.
too bad, but the zombie eating the face and all that stuff. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. Not really my thing.
So, were you turned off by the Romero zombies?
I never did like those. I never did. I mean, it was never.
You're more creep show than.
Yeah, I would say probably creep show.
Gotcha.
I guess the Romero one's got a little on the gory side with
Oh.
So
Yeah.
I can see
But I
that.
think, if I remember, my friend Mike told me that he tried to make more political movies, but just threw all the zombie and horror stuff in it to please both the masses. And then, he put 2 and 2 together. The Dawn of the Dead was about commercialism and people going to the mall, and we have to go and get the new shoes or the new album or stuff, or the new Cinnabon or something like that. But so I thought that was pretty clever. I mean, even with Land of the Dead, that was about classes, the higher class of people, and the middle and the lower class.
Land of the Dead. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, the zombies actually represented the lower class, while the people trying to survive were the middle class, and then the rich and fortunate people were the upper class villains. But I like. I guess the best way to I'm trying to say is that I love the zombie stuff, but I think it's been way, way, way overused now, to where you got Robin Williams' daughter Zelda just directed a movie with one of the kids from Zack and Cody, and then I can't remember where the girl's from, but it's like Zelda Frankenstein, or not Zelda Frankenstein, but Maybe it is. I don't know. It's kind of like a rom-com but with zombies. So it just seems that it's like coming into every kind of genre that you just get kind of bored with it.
I don't know. I thought there's been a lot of creativity, really. I mean, you look at something like Shaun of the Dead, which was,
That's my
to
favorite.
me, one of my favorite movies.
Just in
flat
movies.
out movies.
Yeah.
It's just excellent. But also, they went into all the different genres because you had that one, you had
Like dramas too.
oh yeah, well they did Pride and Prejudice and Zombies,
Yeah.
which was freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
If you've ever gotten stuck having to watch a whole bunch of BBC shows, it's just
Was it
just
good?
right up there. It was fun. It was just a fun little take on the whole situation. So
I never watched it, but Scott, I think you told me that you saw the what was it? Abraham Lincoln zombie killer or something?
Vampire.
Oh,
Vampire
Vampire
Slayer,
Hunter.
yeah.
I
Alright.
saw that.
yeah, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
All right, it's vampire. Not, I thought it was zombies.
Same writer, author that did the Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Oh wow.
They did like a whole series of different
I'll
ones.
check it out.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's actually pretty good. The Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer was tongue in cheek funny. I mean, it just was.
I mean, he was doing Matrix moves up on a train and
Yeah.
shit.
Cool.
oh yeah,
That was funny.
spinning a big old axe
yeah,
around.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
throwing an axe around and stuff. Yeah, I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I think I bought the 3D version of it. Just never watched it on my 3D TV.
Man. Well, see, I remember when Walking Dead became like hugely popular,
Yeah, it
and I remember
was.
watching it. That was like everybody was talking about it. If
Yeah.
you didn't watch it immediately, then
It was like the new
You got the
Sopranos.
spoiler. Oh,
But
yeah.
something happened where you just dropped off. I mean, it was just,
well, it's because they never got anywhere.
yeah.
And I think that's really what it was. Is like it's like okay, but how did this start? It's like you never
Yeah,
figured
why-
out how
and
it
then-
started, and they never really got
There's the one guy,
anywhere.
Negan.
yeah.
Once he came on, I saw when he killed like Glenn and all them, and it got to a certain point that, I just checked out. I'm just like, man, because
You should have stuck with it because he was actually one of the best characters on the show.
well, I liked the dude with the eye patch. He was such an asshole. The guy that
Oh, the Daryl, right?
no,
no.
the bad guy, one that cut that guy.
Oh, the
cut-
governor.
Yeah,
Oh, the governor, yeah.
Yeah,
He was actually really good. Some people hated it. That's when they were dropping off. Is when the governor came.
really?
on. Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, they had some good storylines. Had some interesting stuff. That I guess he's got like a Daryl Dixon spin-off. It's like
Yeah, I
the
heard
Book
that.
of Carol, and it's like Daryl Dixon, and so
You got the
part of me kind of wants to
Carol
watch that.
out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
Which
a
is-
psycho.
Yeah, she was an odd character to
Yeah.
stick around all this time, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, so it was one of those things where Walking Dead was just like the thing, and then they did the spin-offs, and I watched the one spin-off, and it wasn't good at all. The one that started off in
Fear of
California,
Walking Dead.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fear of the Walking Dead, and I was just like, okay, I got a bunch of druggies here, and I don't care if any of them live or die,
Yeah.
you know. So it was just like you just did not.
My boss
care.
actually said that was actually it's a really good show, especially when they threw what's his name, the guy with the stick.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he.
Yeah, I heard that because the first season I did not like it. Someone said that the second season was better,
Yeah,
and then the third
she's-
season
that's
is
what
like,
she
oh,
said.
it's actually really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just took too long to get its footing.
I
but-
just couldn't really get into it.
no,
Because
see,
it's like I was Scott. I was like, I didn't even finish the show. I mean,
For a while there, I was watching it every week. Every Sunday, I was.
oh yeah,
I would,
Glued.
yeah, and you would, and I watched that show after the show was on.
Mhm, yeah,
Talking
yeah,
Dead.
the
yeah,
after
the Talking
show.
Dead, yeah,
Talking Dead, yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was big. You know, I bought all the, I had all the Blu-ray sets and stuff
Mhm.
like that, and then I got up to season, what was it, 9? Is that where and it just boom stopped.
Yeah,
you know?
it
And
just-
it was it's like just switched to where it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Call me in 3 weeks when they get somewhere or do something.
Right.
It's just like it was moving too slow
Yeah.
storyline wise. But that happens with a lot of different shows too.
Well, it's hard to keep that fresh.
Yeah.
But you think they would have came up with something?
All right, well, I got an idea. How about we go around and we say what our favorite zombie movie is, then we'll do Dracula movie, and then,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there you
Okay. All right, so let's start with zombie movies. Mine's still George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. That's the best one. I love Shaun of the Dead very much, but I'd consider that one of my favorite movies of all time. Not just because it's a horror movie, just I love the movie, but zombie movie, I gotta go Romero.
Okay. Romero, good call. Scott, what do you think? You're not much of a zombie person.
I don't have a favorite one.
There you go. Do you have a least favorite one?
No.
That's the most non-committal I think I've ever heard you in my
Yeah,
life.
All right,
you know what?
What's the
Let-
one?
let's-
Wait a minute. What's the one with the? Oh, that idiot that played it in the Social Network. The one with Woody Harrelson.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that's what I was
Zombieland.
gonna say. Zombieland.
Zombie. That was probably my favorite because
Dude.
Okay.
Because when Bill Murray comes there and they kill him,
Yep.
remember? And he said, "Really, really? That's how you say hello?" You remember when they shooting? That's probably
No, but
my favorite one.
did you ever see the second one? The Zombieland 2, because they literally filmed the movie 10 years later.
Yeah.
And they pick up all the story 10 years after the fact.
I don't know if I ever saw the
Oh,
second one.
dude,
gotta
you
watch
would
it.
love that one because
good.
they go
Because I'm not.
they
a
go to
really-
visit Elvis.
Yeah.
They go to Graceland.
Oh no, I haven't seen
You
that.
gotta
Oh yeah, you would have known it if you'd seen
Yeah.
it. But I'll tell you what, that movie number one, Zombieland to me, number one, it's got the humor, it's got all the sarcasm and stuff to it. It's really got just a nice little story about people coming together. You know, it's got a cute little romantic side to
Yeah.
it. You know, and then the sequel just picks up right where it left off. It's like the characters, it's like all the actors slipped right back into character like not a day had passed.
Yeah.
Right.
And it is absolutely hilarious. And they bring in that one blonde chick in the second one. And I cannot remember the name of the actress, but I'll tell you what.
She was really good at it.
cracked me
Oh,
up.
she was awesome. She was like.
She was
probably-
hilarious.
Yeah.
When they got to the place and it was like Babylon, and she's just like, Babylon! And
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my gosh, I was just laughing so hard.
She's a real good actress. I can't remember.
Well, she really is, but she just like went straight into that whole almost like Valley Girl kind of.
You're not talking about
kind of a
Emma
thing.
Stone, are you?
No, no.
No, no,
Zoe?
no.
That's
Oh,
it.
Zoe Dashel. Yeah,
Yeah.
Zoe
that'd have been
Deschanel,
her.
mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, she was excellent in that. But yeah, Zombieland and Zombieland 2 are actually some of my favorite zombie movies, just because it got the humor, it's got good action in it. Great storylines, and it's just fun. It's got that rewatch value.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one that, like, if I'm doing something and I just want something on in the background, it's something I'll throw on, and I just laugh at the one-liners and the interactions and stuff, and you kind of look over there while you catch certain scenes that you know are coming up. It's just a great show.
That's
So,
awesome.
but
So
yeah,
those and Shaun of the Dead would be your favorite?
that and Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead is just, to me, it's almost in its own league, but that's just because at that time, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and I'm blanking on the director, which is a horrible thing. to
Edgar
do.
Wright.
Edgar Wright. Thank you so much, because Edgar Wright is freaking brilliant.
Well, that's when we got into Spaced, the show Spaced that they were in. So
Right. So they're coming right out of Spaced, which is a great show. If no one's seen it, track it
definitely
down.
check it out.
Yeah, 2 seasons on BBC, Spaced. It's kind of where everybody got their start. But yeah, so when they did Shaun of the Dead, the writing was so good. The way that they foreshadowed other jokes.
How
It's like they would
shot
foreshadow
it.
a joke later on. And it's like 20 minutes later, the joke pays off. And so it's just such a well-written, well-done movie.
You realize that was made 20 years ago?
Oh,
What's that,
God,
Shaun of the
man,
Dead?
We
Shaun
are
of the
so
Dead.
old.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
It's unbelievable that's been that long since that
Oh
came
my
out. 'Cause
God.
I remember seeing that, watching it. But,
Yeah.
man.
I just remember because it was coming out of the Alamo Draft House. That's where it was kind of premiering, and it wasn't getting a huge wide release initially, and then it kind of took off a bit, and it started hitting some of the other main theaters.
Well, they
At
heard
the
all
time,
the
but-
shows were selling out at the Alamo down in Texas.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe, yeah. But yes, I'd like to give a honorable mention to Lucio Fulci's Zombie. You guys definitely haven't seen that, so but it's good.
No, I have not.
It's an Italian, one of the Italian,
Oh, okay.
old Italian '70s movies.
Was that the one that was on the train? I thought there was one that was like set on a train with zombies, but
Well, they have
outside of Train to Busan.
That's what I was about to
different.
say.
Yeah,
Those are good.
The Koreans have done some great job.
the Sadness.
them.
Have you seen the Sadness?
I have not seen the sadness.
Don't see the Sadness with kids.
Don't see the sadness. Don't see the sadness.
It's probably
It's
one
sad.
of the most gruesome movie I've seen. People have do stuff with dead body parts and
Oh gosh.
yeah.
Well, outside of
That's
that,
why I'm not a fan of zombie shit.
Oh yeah, I know.
I mean, I just am not. That
Go
doesn't-
watch
that does
Kramer
not-
versus
I know,
Kramer.
I know.
Well, I'd rather watch that than watch that zombie
Dumb.
crap.
Scott likes his sparkly vampires. That's
Exactly.
what he likes.
That's right, Mr. Twilight. I know. So let's start that off. Is that your favorite vampire
Well, I'm
movie?
actually with Team Jacob. With
Oh
with
god! All right, we're gonna get to the werewolf stuff later.
He takes his shirt off.
Oh my gosh! It's a six-pack we'd like to crack into. All right, so let's start over. Okay, favorite vampire movie. One that you put on and you're like, this is gonna creep me out. This is gonna.
Well, we
love
talked
it.
about that kind of last time.
Ooh, you know what? No, we didn't talk about our favorite ones because I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we
throw
just
one
brought
out there
ones
that's
that we like.
That's just gonna piss you guys off as soon as I say it.
Go ahead, Shane.
Yeah, all right.
I'll
Let's
take
start it
it
off.
out.
Don't
right.
keep us waiting.
I like the Fright Night remake.
Oh God, really?
God.
I really do.
I didn't think it was that great.
I thought it was excellent.
We
It brought it
were
up.
well. We were all excited about it because of David Tennant. You know, because we were Doctor Who fans.
Oh yeah, but honestly, love it. Absolutely love it. Great cast, great acting.
Yeah.
You had the the set in Vegas. Now, granted, we all met because we worked in the casino industry together at one point in time, but it's set in Vegas, and it is such the perfect. You know, it's kind of like 30 Days of Night. You know, 30 Days of Night where you've got darkness, and so the vampires go. They take over this town because it's just perfect. It's like playground time. It's like vacation. But in Vegas, it's like they said, everyone works nights. Who cares if your windows are blacked out? Who cares if you only come out at night and you sleep all day? That's not out of the ordinary in that setting.
That's true.
Yeah, and it's a area where people constantly leave. They're moving in, they're moving out, they're moving in, they're moving out. So when kids drop in and out of school, no one bats an eye. And so you've got that vampire that's just set himself up. You know, Jerry the vampire. You know, and you got the best friend who figures out what's going on. So you get that whole kind of teenage growing up, you know, maturing and losing friends and things like that. So it's got a nice little story to it. But you know, the actor that played the vampire,
Colin Farrell.
yeah, Colin Farrell, I thought he did great because you know it was still a lot of the same tropes. Couldn't come in unless you were invited, things like that. You know, but he just had that real predatory look to him, which I just really appreciated. And like when Charlie's friend was just like, you know, this guy, you know, he's not some sparkly vampire. This is the shark from Jaws, you know. And then later on, where does he get caught in the pool?
Yeah.
With the vampire coming into the pool with him and biting him in the blood and the water and everything. It's just that nice little tie-in. But
Maybe I
the
need to
music
go back
was
and
good.
watch it again.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
have to
tell you
watch
what,
it again, but I wouldn't-
Yeah, the music's good.
The first time
acting
I
was
saw it,
good.
I didn't think
Loved
it was. I didn't think it compared to the first one.
Well, see, and that's the thing because it's.
I think we
you
watched it at
you
your
want to-
house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I think
you,
we did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You want to compare it to the first one because that's the comparison. But if you just take it on its own merits and not try to compare it to, because that one, the original, that kind of tugs on the old heartstrings a little bit because when you're watching late night television and you got the host of the scary movie show, you know, and then you go and find that person to help you find a vampire, that's different than, you know, the newer one where it's a guy with a magic show. And so, you know,
Right.
you get those disconnects from the original story that you're like, I don't like that, this sucks. But when you watch it on its own, it's got a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a very fun movie.
Okay.
So definitely worth going back and seeing.
Mine, I'm probably gonna get a lot of crap about it, but I love the Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula.
Well, you can't get
No,
any
I
crap
mean-
for that. I mean,
You know, my daughter hated that.
Really?
Really?
We watched that one night before she left to go to Boston, and she thought that was the worst freaking. And as I was watching, I don't know if she was influencing me, and I was looking at it, and I was like, man, I'm seeing this in a little different light than I remember, you know. But she hated it.
Well,
Hated
Keanu Reeves was about as flat acting
Okay,
as
well,
you're gonna
I
get.
know,
yeah,
but-
I know, but
But it's still, I mean,
I take it as him as, you know, some dude from America that came over and
yeah, my,
yeah, like Madonna. When Madonna
Yeah, I mean,
moved over
it's
there,
not-
she had a
my daughter
fake.
she just hated it.
Wow.
Thought it was a,
No, well, you
Dumb.
can't beat the cinematography in that movie.
Well,
The
right.
different camera angles, the shadow. When Dracula first comes in, and his shadow is always doing something
Right.
different behind
different,
him.
yeah, coming in
All
a different
those
direction.
Little
Yeah.
tricks
It was so cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, just from a cinematic point, which maybe that kind of colors our perspective. Where
Yeah.
some people are just like, "This is stupid and it sucks." We're just sitting there going,
Well,
"Did you see that?"
Gary
You know?
Oldman, his performance
Oh, my
was,
God, yeah.
I mean, the way he did
Tom
that.
Waits.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
Fred
Oh,
Renfield.
yeah.
And of course, the great Anthony Hopkins.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
I always think of that
Remember-
part when he picks her up and like does that smell.
Yeah,
thing
I was
to
just
her.
that's
yeah.
what I was just gonna say. He does that la dee da da, and then he's talking to her and he's talking about the life, and he does that smell. You know, he just like sniffs.
Well, let me
her.
ask you, why do you think he did that?
Why? Who? Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah, why he did that?
Why Anthony Hopkins or the character?
No character, of course.
Oh, he's smelling the vampire on her.
Ah.
Hmm?
The smell of death.
See,
Yeah.
or I was thinking maybe he was trying to get into Dracula's head, and
Well,
like, why does he want her so bad? But
Well,
Maybe he
could,
did.
I think he sensed him on her, don't you? Well, that's why he did that. You know, that
Yeah.
sniff. You know.
I'll tell you one that I really liked.
no, wait, let's go with Scott. What's your
okay.
favorite?
Let's see. Oh gosh.
If you want to take that one, I got a backup. So
No, I would say Love at First Bite.
do you like the nightlife? You like the boogie?
I'll tell you what, as far as the 70s,
Remember,
I mean, it's not,
what was his
it's not
name?
full
that-
on Blackula, but it's,
No,
but it was
George
such
Hamilton.
a, oh my
you know, the
God.
guy that
Artie-
no, it was Redfield.
Artie found. Yeah, he's like.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
This is my lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm talking. I guess I'm talking about Shelby a lot here, but I remember when she was little.
She liked
Yeah,
it.
she's little. Well, the part that she liked, like George Hamilton's in that coffin, and they set him on fire, and he wakes up and he goes, "Who's smoking?" And Shelby just busted out laughing watching that darn thing. But when George Hamilton and her, and they go out and on that disco and they're playing that "I Love the Nightlife," I mean, it's just the funniest damn thing is because he's so smooth, you know, George Hamilton and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you got Dick Shawn in there,
Yeah.
and oh gosh, what's the guy from Westworld? Oh God, again,
Richard Benjamin.
Richard Benjamin, you know, trying everything to kill him. You know, he shoots him with the silver bullets, and he's like, "No, that's where." you know, so.
That is a classic. Honorable mentions: Salem's Lot, the TV version, not with Rob Lowe, but
Oh, and this latest one is horrible.
is it really?
Oh, it's god awful.
Oh man,
It's like
that's what everybody's
they
saying.
rushed through all the scary things at the very beginning that made the original great, and they chopped it up. It was just horrible.
Well, how did the vampire look? How did-
Now the vampire was very similar
Oh,
to,
no.
to the original.
Oh wow.
That's the only thing that because it's like they hurried up this first part so they could do this other part, and it wasn't even scary. It wasn't scary. It wasn't.
Oh, that's no good then.
Yeah, it was. I was very disappointed because they could have, because you know, Bill Pullman's son's the lead in that.
Get out of here, really?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
the lead
cool.
in it, and they made him kind of weak, you know. And
So wait, is he playing the David Carradine part?
No, David Soul.
The David Soul.
Yeah.
Sorry, David Soul.
Yeah, he's playing
Don't
David
give
Soul.
up on us, baby.
Yeah, and it
You know,
just-
one thing that someone brought up to me, and that was that whenever he's trying to like get into what's her name's pants, he always takes her to like a spot next to the river. And
Well, that's what Starsky.
I'm
used to
Starsky,
do.
baby.
That's what Starsky used to do.
You're a
No, but it just wasn't. And the guy that plays the James Mason character
James
is
Mason.
younger. It's like he's trying to imitate James Mason, and he's doing.
Oh, man, that's
trying
cool.
to do his voice or something.
Oh.
Does he?
And
It
it
doesn't
wasn't
do a
very
good
good.
job.
No.
Oh
Then,
man.
yeah.
You know.
That-
James Mason. It's not that
David
hard to
Soul.
do.
You know, so
But
definitely watch the original.
another honorable mention, I think we all three like. I don't know if I've ever asked Shane about it, but was the Frank Langella Dracula. From,
That's That's one of my favorites.
Dude, I'm telling you, when when he sees his daughter Lucy, I don't know why he would see her reflection in the water because she's a vampire.
Well, you know why? They worked that out.
Oh, tell me.
He drops the cross into
The water.
the water, which makes it holy. That's why he was.
That's why it
that's
was
why
guarding him.
That's why it shows her reflection.
Oh, that's so cool.
Because otherwise, it wouldn't show her reflection because they have no
Dude.
reflection. But he drops its cross in there.
Man, that part gives me chills just thinking about it. You know,
Okay.
Papa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's Laurence Olivier.
Oh,
When that happens, when she comes at him and she he has that stake and he stakes her, you know, and she screams out "Pop!"
and then the
you know,
cry he gives
the-
out.
the sound. It's not just a cry; it's a wail.
Oh,
Like
man.
he's wailing, like and you know, Laurence Olivier.
Oh, man,
you know,
about to
he's
tear up.
This guy, man. That's why he's considered the greatest actor ever. Because I mean, it's like he takes this deep down inside him, and it's not just like I say a cry, but this wail of pain, you know, of killing his daughter, even though she was a vampire, you know. Oh man, that to me was the whole movie right there.
Man, and the cool like disco effects when him and Kate Mulligan were
Oh, it's
doing the dirty.
yeah, it's a very
Very visual,
Yeah.
very artsy visual,
very
trippy.
almost a Moonraker like.
Yeah, dude,
You know?
that's perfect.
Yeah, it's like I'm remembering bits and pieces of it, but I'll tell you what, it's been a long time since I've
I'll
seen
let
that
you
one.
borrow
And Donald Pleasance is in it too. You know.
Donald Pleasance
Yeah,
was
she's
in
a-
it. That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
All right, so now you had before I cut you off. What was the movie you were going to say real quick?
No, I was going to say just an odd little thing. The movie that came out not too long, which was The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Which
Was that good?
Yes.
You saw that?
It was good. Now I thought the
Yeah.
end they kind of the ending felt a little rushed, and
yeah.
like they were trying to make it to where it's like they made the movie and then they said, well, but if this makes money, we want to do a sequel, and so they
Yeah.
had to like tack on
Yeah.
these
Gotcha.
quick little scenes at the end. But if you just take that movie as a whole,
Oh, it was good.
it was
I'll watch
actually
it. I'll
pretty
watch it.
scary. It was a scary,
very well
tense
done.
movie.
I was
yeah.
surprised it didn't get more notice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it a
I
lot.
think it came out right when when COVID was a thing.
But that would have been perfect, wouldn't it?
Eh,
To be able to stream. Well, they did. It was released in the theater, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it suffered a little bit from that. Probably just people are like, "What's a Demeter?" You know, and
Yeah,
but,
they-
but I mean, as far as that goes, though, it was just well done, well executed, scary.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
And
for
the
those who
vampire
don't know,
was
it's
just
a movie
nasty.
about the about when Dracula was being boated over right to America.
Yeah, it's when
Boated?
it's when they shipped him to
It's when he was
to
being
England.
boated. Is that what you just said? Boated.
Yeah. They waterboarded him.
Drink
on
your
his way
Crystal Light.
over, yeah, but no, it's the Demeter was the name of the sailing
So that's a
ship
good
that
one.
brought
The
his
ship.
coffins
All right.
and the earth.
See, that's a
from-
good new one that we
from his
can
castle.
recommend to everybody. It's not
Oh,
for
yeah.
kids, right?
No,
Oh,
not for
no,
kids.
no.
All right, another one that's been new. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Abigail.
Oh, that's fun.
Have you
What?
seen that yet?
That's a fun
the movie
one.
Abigail.
Abigail.
Oh,
Oh, it's great.
I'll
It's,
tell you about it later. Then.
Okay.
But yeah, that's definitely not one for the family, the little kids too. But it's a great movie.
Yeah.
All right, so
better wrap it up.
we're gonna wrap it up and maybe
Yeah, probably do some more Halloween themed stuff coming up.
Yep. Because there's a lot more that
Oh,
we're.
it's
yeah,
a huge
man, we got a lot.
genre and
We
it's
got a
October,
lot
so
in
might as
store
well.
for you and all that good stuff.
Okay.
So we love you. Thank you for listening to us.
I love you too, Dave. That's because you're.
Yeah, that was evident at the beginning
Oh,
of.
I'm sorry. I
We
said
all
I
know
was
that.
Yeah,
sorry.
we're gonna go talk about my dead mom
I,
and some
I
more.
didn't. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah, both my parents are dead. You want to take a shot
No.
at them?
Yeah.
God, I didn't mean to.
Ass.
All right, we love you guys. Have a good week.